Hi folks, this video was filmed in May of 2022, so please be sure to check the description below for any updated links and information. Thanks. Hi folks, Howard at Ragland Piano Company. As part of our series on converting acoustic pianos to digital pianos, we're going to show you how we tear down my favorite unit to use in a conversion, the Casio PX870. We're just going to jump right in and do it. First thing we're going to do is take all the screws off the back. And let me just preface this by saying it really doesn't matter. Just undo every screw you see on it and you'll eventually get the parts you need. So here we go. I think that's going to get this piece starting here. Let's see here. Yep. There's that. Set it off to the back right there. Alrighty. Okay, folks, now we need to go ahead and get the fall board or key cover off. We do that by taking out a screw on each end of this pivot rod here, and then we'll also take these stop blocks off. So here we go. Now, you may be watching this video for a how-to on disassembling these. I'm not really keeping track of where all the screws go because we're taking this apart to put it in an acoustic piano and make it digital. So if you are doing this, watching this video in order to service your unit, just keep track of where the screws go so you can put everything back. I'm going to take this little stop block off right here. Toss that out of the way. Same for right here. Here we go. There it is right there. And now this is going to slip out the back, just like so. We'll set that out of the way. All right. Okay, I'm going to take off the what on a piano would be the key up stop rail. Let's see here. Something that's going to be held underneath there too, isn't it? Or from the top here. Here we go. Grind it till you find it. Alrighty, we don't need that block. Let's start taking out some of our electronic stuff. Roy, would you grab a blue cutter, a wire cutter for me? We need to do all that. We'll get these things out of here. Take this out in a minute. Be able to disconnect that from under there. We're going to turn it up on its end here. I'm going to take the covers off. You may want to come around this way, Daryl. I'll know a little bit. We're going to get these covers off here. You got speakers inside here and here. You've got the amplifier board and the main board inside here. Get up in here so they can see disconnecting things all sexy like. See, that one can stay. These need to come right here off. They're marked. There's that off of there. That off there. This one you want to pay particular attention to. It lifts
lift the ends up like that right there and slip the tape out. Did you get a good view of that?
Mm-hmm.
Good. All right, now we're going to set that aside because we'll be using this. We're going to go ahead and harvest the rest of these items here.
Be very, very careful.
See, some of these have to turn sideways to come out. You're not going to be able to get it out like that. You're just going to turn it, push it through just like that. Okay. I'll draw these out right here. Okay, you've got your speaker wires that are disconnected now. They're going to come out that way. Just like that. Let's get the speakers off. Be careful not to damage anything inside here when you're working with it. Okay, we're going to take that tape on out of there. All right, I need to get that out too right there. Now, whether you plan on using the plastic action or using our Disacoustic action, you still need to take the key set out because we're going to need to get in there and get the strip out, even if we're using wooden keys. We're just going to unscrew everything on the bottom of the board now. Go ahead and unscrew the headphone jack there. It'll be ready to come out when we turn it over. Now then, we've undone most of the screws underneath the action. There's a few here on the top that help hold it in place while we've got it raised up like that. We're going to get those out. I think that should have this ready to come out right here. Let me double check it. Just kind of don't pull anything just super hard. Give it a little light test and see if you've got things that, if there's anything that you missed that's holding it in place. So I'm going to set this to the side for now. We're going to go ahead and get our tweeters out. I go ahead and remove it with the bracket on it, although we are, in most installations, you'll remove and use just the speaker itself. And that's basically how you tear one down. I'm going to do a separate video on how we tear this down and integrate it into our new block that we use when we do the install. And that's pretty much all the parts that we're going to need. Well, let's go ahead and get this piece out. We'll actually remove the bracket itself, the connector from this metal plate right here. We'll do that in a later video as well. Okay, now we're going to take the electronics out of the tray here, and we're also going to disassemble the cheek block and get the control panel as well as the headphone jack, so, and the on light there. So we're going to start with just getting these out. This is actually very, very straightforward here. Okay, those. This kind of has to lift up and out to clear the jacks right here. I'm going to just unplug that real quick, set that board off to the side. Many of you may be cringing, noticing that I don't have a ground strap on or anything like that. Feel free to wear one. Set that board out right there. We're going to just get rid of that. Don't need that anymore. Let's see. Well, let's go ahead. We'll get the. We're going to take the tweeters and mount them in something other than the factory piece here. We've actually laser cut some little speaker holders that give us a variety of ways to mount them. They'll mount in the front right here, and then we can run the wire out numerous openings out the back. And we can also mount either flat like this through these two holes, or we can use these holes and edge mount it. So I'm going to take the tweeter off of here. And again, we'll just discard the brackets and the screws here. Be very careful with these. The cone inside here, that's very delicate. You don't want to put any pressure on it whatsoever. Okay, so we're going to get rid of those parts. We don't need none of that. None of that's it. Now we're going to take apart the, what on a piano would be called the left cheek block. We're going to get the parts out of here that we're going to need. Now, we will be using this piece in our installation, but we're going to rearrange some of the electronics that are in here. So let's get started. 14 millimeter socket takes out the headphone nuts. Okay, take very carefully, unplug the headphone jack. If you've got a unit that's not playing, but you can hear sound when you use headphones, check your headphone jack. This is a common source of a unit not playing properly. We are going to save those pieces of hardware and reuse them. Okay. Take off the power on indicator light. Ooh, that one's really in there good. There we go. That's just going to kind of come around that way right there. Be very careful when you cut wires. It's easy to nick, or when you cut cables, it's very easy to nick a wire. Okay. We're going to remove the screws that hold this plastic bracket in. And then because those actually help hold this board in, I'm going to put them back in. All right. Now, just for ease of working on it, I'm going to go ahead and disconnect this connector right here, just like that. And now I have the cheek block, and we'll discuss what we do with this in a later video. That's it. That's how you tear down the 870. Thanks for watching.